This is in response to a video I posted today about soldier fly larvae and hens and mealworm related. So take a moment and read through that. But I wanted to, this bottom part here, I wanted to walk through a thought I had that to maybe help it be a little bit more comfortable. Not all the way. Like, I agree with kind of what you're saying here, that like killing them off because they're not right. Like they have a business model, doesn't work with the business model. That's not, but for this perspective, feeding the soldier fly larvae to the hens, and those soldier fly larvae have been eating the carcasses of deceased chickens, right? The soldier fly larvae are doing exactly what they were built to do by Mother Nature. So in the wild, in Missouri here, it's normal, like soldier fly larvae and soldier fly are native to the U.S., right? A lot of other places, but they exist here, right? Naturally. And so what they are built to do is, an animal dies in the woods, the scent attracts the fly, the adult goes there, finds other adults, procreates, lays the egg hatches and grows into an adult within 10 to 14 days, eating the carcass of that deceased animal. So they just, instead of it sitting there and rotting, they will go in and eat what's there and turn it into frass to stimulate the next step for something to feed off of that. Then those soldier fly larvae are either eaten because they are full of fantastic protein now, or they repeat that process. They turn into an adult, they fly off and find another food source. So they are doing what they have been built to do. And I don't know if they've done it with soldier fly larvae yet, but I know with mealworms, they tested feeding mealworms styrofoam and seeing what was in the mealworm after 1, 2, and 3 days. And after 1 day, there were still trace components of the styrofoam. After 2 days, there was less. After 3 days, it was gone. I have to think that there's something similar happening there with soldier fly larvae. Sorry, I found out this afternoon I have pneumonia, so that's why I sound terrible. But meds and rest, whatever that is. So I have to think that something similar occurs with the soldier fly larvae, where whatever they eat, like there's that potential issue where if you feed the same source to something, right? Like human cannibals end up not being healthy. If an animal eats itself, that whole thing. And somebody can correct me in the comments about what that is called. But I don't think that's happening in this scenario, because the soldier fly larvae are using what they're eating to grow themselves and using up that chick in this case, so that when the hen ultimately eats that soldier fly larva, it's not like it's consuming its own whatever it is, right? Somebody help me. I'm just a regular guy, I don't know. But aside from getting rid of the male chickens for this reason, like aside from that, what I'm focusing on here is this bottom part. They're doing what they were intended to do from a natural nature perspective. And so I feel like that's okay. It feels better than letting that meat just rot and go to waste and not be utilized and just take a really long time to decay or be put in a dump somewhere, etc. Feels like a better repurposing of that, given the awful context that gets it there.